I'll start this and you can ask questions through each thing after. I'm Cameron. I'm a senior here and I'm 17. And next year also I'll be a 10 HVAC with him. And Ryan back there, we all are in the same class together. And my hobbies include playing video games, playing gigs with my band, and fishing.
Wait, tell us about your band.
I'm sorry. It's with my dad and his friends.
Cool.
It's kind of embarrassing, but it's all right. I'm kind of looking for younger people that will actually want to do it more because they've already been in bands their whole lives, so it's kind of a rare thing that we play.
Are you Lauren's little brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? It takes personal responsibility for learning and growth. I'm choosing this comparison for my growth for my GPA because I think it's grown pretty exponential from my freshman year. I achieve this by studying hard and focusing on my schoolwork and not things that don't help me in life. At the beginning, like my freshman year, I just didn't really care, I guess. I thought it'd just be easy. And then now, of course, I start trying in my senior year, so it doesn't really help that much, but I think I did pretty good.
What hit you? What made you change? What made you realize, hey, I think I need to step it up a little bit?
My girlfriend right there.
Shout out.
I was kind of she kind of got mad at me, and I was like, maybe I should try a little more. And I did, and it kind of worked out a little bit.
You go, girl. You push it.
That's right. Make each other better.
Sees risks, opportunities to fail forward. During COVID, I had all that free time, and I started pursuing my musical career. Coming from my dad, who was in bands all throughout the 80s and 90s. Playing instruments came pretty easy to me. And now I'm in a classic rock band with my dad and some more friends, and we play shows at pubs and bars and parties.
What's your favorite song to play?
Paranoid by Black Sabbath.
Okay.
That's the only solo I have. They don't trust me. I resolve conflict peacefully at my job at the Cable Lake Mart. It's the BP on 801. I resolve conflict with customers all the time, either refunding orders that they're upset with, cleaning up the bathrooms if they don't like how they are, and calming angry customers down. Somebody actually punched our manager last year, so that's kind of wild.
Scary world we're living in.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Can you think of a time that you've had to calm down an angry customer?
Probably that guy, because he actually punched me, ran out, and he started banging on the door, and it was locked, and I was trying to get him to calm down. But after I came back in, because he was kind of scaring all of us.
Anymore, it's not just calming someone down, it's making sure nobody gets hurt.
Exactly. And I always feel bad for like older people because they get mad usually about little things, and I try to be nice to them. Adapts to the needs of the audience. For some explaining how me and my band are playing for an audience, maybe they're not enjoying the show. We try to tone it down or up a little bit so they try to enjoy it more. Any questions for you? For safe, legal, and ethical choices, positively impact my community by making decisions every day, putting on my seatbelt and driving the speed limit, and also, being nice to everybody, I think. And that's about it for like driving safe. Civic responsibility. I demonstrate civic responsibilities by one of the only ones I can at the age of 17, and that's filing my taxes for myself. And I hope eventually I can do that by myself. I'm not very good at math, so I don't really want to go to jail for tax fraud.
When you start making your own money, Cameron, and don't you think that makes a difference in how you view things and how more involved you are in the democratic process and your role as a citizen? Because it actually becomes real, when you start paying taxes.
Yeah, I feel bad for my parents and all of you guys. Paying for stuff actually sucks. Like your kids asking for something. Like I would always be like, why can't you pay for that for me? But now it doesn't be hard for me to do that.
Right.
Can analyze problems and outcomes. I can analyze problems and outcomes, such as fixing our POS system at work. It's like a little computer we bring people up on. And our lottery machines and other hardware at work when they're down.
I bet people aren't too happy when that happens either,
No,
are they?
no. Develops and implements ideas. I just by helping my coworkers make decisions to be up to date on work. An instance of this would be asking them to start closing early so we can have more time to go slow and steady and make our workspace look nice, so we don't have to scramble for it. Shows empathy and respect. I show respect to my teachers in class, every class. I have by paying attention and being quiet and speaking when I'm spoken to. And for empathy, I'm choosing whenever my friends have lose a loved one, I'm always there for them, and I ask them if they ever need help or anything.
What has been one of your favorite classes that you've had?
I miss Chapin, like you said. It's sometimes like you're not even, it's not like a teacher teaching you, it's like maybe a friend, and it's nice having that, not having somebody yell at you all the time, maybe. And you can just talk whenever. It feels nice when you can speak.
So it feels like you're more like sitting around a dinner table rather than...
It's more comfortable in there.
Yeah.
Why do you feel more comfortable with her? Do you feel like she's making an effort? I mean, I'm just trying to, I should let you answer without me giving you the answer, but why do you feel more comfortable with her?
I just feel like she really cares. You know, if we ever do something wrong, she's there to like tell us that we're doing it wrong. And I don't know, she just really cares how we feel as well. Like if we're upset or anything, she's up there.
What does she teach?
Math. Or advanced math 4 maybe.
Advanced math topics.
The topics, yeah. The last one, gives and receives meaningful feedback. For this, I'm choosing how I train new workers that care for like more. I try to explain everything as best as I can, be as nice as possible, and try to make them feel as comfortable at a new job, because it always sucks being at a new job.
Do you think that you having to train people and needing people to listen to you has helped you to be more empathetic towards your teachers?
Yeah.
And what they're trying to do?
Yeah, because it must really suck coming in here as like a 22-year-old teacher and having all these kids and they're being mean to you. And I bet it helps having somebody help you out.
You know, I'm really impressed with the amount of empathy you can show at your age, and how you so easily see other perspectives. You know, a lot of young people tend to only focus on themselves, and just naturally at that age. I mean, it's just they see the here and now and themselves, and they can't really see beyond that yet. But you have a knack to really be a little bit further along as far as being able to see different perspectives and why this might happen or that might happen.
I always feel bad if I do something wrong. I'll tell my dad something mean. 30 minutes later I'll go back. Or to her, I have to tell her everything. I feel bad. I can't keep secrets. It sucks. Anything else?
Where's your favorite place to play at?
Well, we played at a goat farm at a party, and probably this guy's garage, because it's really small and it's like really jam-packed and it's just really cool. I wish I could play on an actual stage, like at Sawstone, but they don't really want to come up here, so
No.
it kind of sucks.
Cameron, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully working in HVAC with these two right here, because I mean that's kind of what we've been wanting to do.
Have your own business?
Yeah.
Like the three of you?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be hard though, so gotta work for it.
What if you were to have an opportunity to talk to yourself as a freshman? What's your advice you'd give?
Maybe focus less on trying to impress people and just focus on schoolwork, because eventually that doesn't matter if you like you or not. Because I probably won't know anybody in this school for the next 5 years.
Do you think that it's hard for young people to step outside of the box and be different, or do things because you're so worried about what other people are thinking at your age, and then so have you been able to step out of your comfort zone a lot, and now that you've realized that it doesn't really matter how you look to others as long as you're doing what you know is right or wrong?
Yeah, this year I don't care what I think, so I just care what I think, honestly. And yeah, I see people all the time trying to impress people like now, and I wish they just wouldn't do that, because nobody really cares at the end of the day.
Right. I've always heard the smartest person in the room is the quietest person in the room. So,
I know.
So not necessarily working so hard to impress, but yeah.
Good.
Good, thank you.
Do you care if we introduce ourselves to you?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I'm Christy Tackett. I'm an instructional coach at Brown County. I work with teachers and instructional practices, but I was a teacher in the classroom for many years before that. And I graduated from Horton a long time ago, before you were ever born. But just really enjoyed coming to the high school and meeting you guys and seeing all your experiences and how they enabled you to grow as a person. And I'm very anxious to learn a lot about you.
Awesome, thank you.
I'm April Ratliff. I was Blake's guidance counselor when he was little in elementary school, and now I'm an instructional coach like these two at Rodburn.
So sorry, Ryan. Okay, different group. I'm so sorry. I got the wrong room. I apologize, Ryan. You're doing great.
She's so fun.
I'm Kendra Schrader, and I'm the instructional coach here, and I also teach classes at MSU, and just wearing a lot of hats over the 25 years of my strange resume for careers.
Bill Redwine, retired from Warhead State after 38 years, was an assistant vice president, served on the school board for 26 years, and I grew up with your grandfather,
Which one?
Johnny.
Oh, yeah, really? He's a nut. Awesome. All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. About me. My name is Ryan Horton. I just now turned 18 in January. I'm on the varsity basketball team. After high school, I plan on going to MCTC with my two fellow colleagues right here, and then get my journeyman's license and start my own business. I have 2 different families, and I have 2 different siblings. All right. We'll go with the easy one. I'm choosing my grades from my freshman year to my senior year because I was slacking a lot. But I took initiative to study and to get my grades right. I set an hour every day to do my work. You can ask my mom about that. She was all over me. My GPA, my sophomore year, was like a 2.8, so I wasn't really trying the hardest. All right, seize risks to opportunities to fail forward. I've had a job a while at the same place. I played basketball and baseball at the same time, but I stopped playing baseball and I was risking my free time in order to make money for the future and start preparing myself for adulthood and learning little things in life.
Where do you work at?
Same place as him, the BP at 801.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been working there for around 2 years now, so as soon as I turned 16.
So you've seen all these disgruntled customers too?
Oh, every single one of them. Every single one of them. I'll speak to you one about right here. All right. Resolves conflicts peacefully. At my job, we encountered a man who came in and started yelling at us because we were not able to authorize the pump for him. For random people. So he came in very angry, and after a second of talking to him, we were able to come to an agreement that he could not prepay and then go pump gas because we didn't want to authorize him and him run off without paying for the gas. And that was a big ordeal. He was real fired up about that one. Adapt to the needs of the audience. Every year our basketball team hosts a camp for the little kids. Every athlete got assigned to do certain skills. I did ball handling as well as footwork. We had to adapt to the age of the little kids and so we could be funnier and expect for crazy things to happen.
What did you learn from working with little kids?
You can't, unpredictable, they're unpredictable. You can't, it's fun. You know,
It's exhausting.
Always gotta be on, yes, always gotta be on edge. Alright, positively impacts the community. It's not a lot, but whenever I'm working, people are always coming and going, and whenever someone comes in, I say hello. Whenever they come up to order, I ask them how they're doing, and stuff like that. Demonstrate civic responsibility. The way I do this is me and my mother pick up trash every day on Earth Day. Ever since I was little, we would get a couple of grocery bags and walk up the ditch and just pick up trash. Alright, critical thinker. Let y'all see this bass. Alright.
You just want to show a picture.
Yeah, I did. I don't. Eagerly explores the world around them. I like going on hikes, walking the dogs, and going fishing. Main man Cam back there. My family loves to be outside. We really enjoy going on hikes on nice pretty days, and me and my brother love going fishing after school. I did catch this fish with Cameron at Sydney's Pond.
Caught the same one and you cut the line off.
No, he did not. Alright. Approaches obstacles with creativity and curiosity. About 2 months ago, my front left tire was really sticky and hot. Me and my stepdad looked at it and located the problem, and that would have been the caliper. I went and bought a new one, and he walked me through it, and we put that bad baby on there. Example. Alright. Shows empathy and respect. I enjoy being friendly and respectful to everybody. I see people as equals, and there's no difference between me and the person beside me. Gives and receives meaningful feedback. A way that I receive and feedback is through my job and training people. When you start off with somebody that has never done a job, you give them an outline and an example of what they're supposed to do. And And once you give them feedback on things to improve on or if they did a good job, it is also important that you ask if they have any questions about anything that they are not picking up. All right, and I believe that is it.
Tell us about your family.
My family?
Tell us how your family shapes who you are.
Shape who I... They're two different sides completely. My mom's side, it's more of like a logical, like, see things for what it is and the reality of it, and see both sides and how everybody has a feeling and thoughts. And my dad, just loving over there, it's all nothing but love, and teaches me to be respectful to everybody and just be myself, really. So have both the best worlds right there. So it's been
Are you close to both your siblings on both sides?
My sibling, I don't really get to see my sibling a whole lot. My parents second set of parents separated like 4 or 6 years ago or something like that, and she never stays the night over there, so I get to see her whenever I can.
Mm-hmm.
But my brother, he's almost the same age as me, and he goes to school here, and he's always on my butt. So have a good relationship with him, definitely.
Do you think your situation with your family forced you to grow up a little bit sooner?
Yeah, absolutely. And just see things for what it was, and just know that you can't take anything too hard, because at the end of the day, it's just going to get you caught up on stuff.
Right, like you could sit down and give up on yourself, or sit down and, think,
Yeah.
Feel sorry for yourself, but you chose not to do that.
Sure, there's no point in doing that.
Right,
It only
that's
causes
right.
problems. So,
That's right.
yeah.
So when you walk across the stage when you graduate, what is one thing that you can say, I am so proud of myself for doing that?
I don't know, it would be about something in particular, but maybe just about the way I am to everybody. I just like to treat everybody with respect, because at the end of the day, you don't know what they're going home to, and I just like to be even with everybody, not try to do too much, really.
That's very insightful for your age.
I appreciate it. Well, just honest though. It's just straight up.
Who's the ringleader of you three? And
Of us three, well, he lets me go fishing.
how are your personalities going to help you be successful in your
No,
business?
I think I kind of say stuff whenever I want, and he kind of keeps me in check, because I think he's more of an adult than me, but he always keeps me in check.
Well, I don't know. So we'd probably be the speakers right here, the business, and then that would be the business. He'd be doing everything, and we'd be helping him. He'd know how to do it all. And we'd get the clients and put it together.
That sucks.
Well,
That's fine, I guess.
I think it's great that you guys did this together, and
Yeah.
I have loved seeing your personalities, and I think you have such positive attitudes, and your kindness, thank you for being those kind people in those businesses right now, and like demonstrating that for, say, my children. So I think those attributes are going to take you far in your work life.
Thank you.
Don't think because you're younger than someone that you can't teach them something.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're learning from you guys today, and when those older people come into your business and think they know more than you, that's not necessarily the case, and because I think you've proven it. I mean, you can be the calm, understanding one in the situation. It pretty much says a lot about who you are, but don't let people think that tell you that you can't be the one that teaches and knows more, because sometimes you do. And I think that I hope that everyone gives you the credit you deserve for what you've accomplished and where you are in your understanding of real world situations so far. Just because you're young doesn't mean you're not knowledgeable, and we've learned that from all three of you today.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Any more questions? Cool.
Great job.
Awesome.